Well, hello, Libra. Hello. Welcome to your January reading. This is your January reading for the new year. It's 2024. We made it. Hey. So, we are going to jump right in. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else? Nope. Hope your new year is going well. Okay, so we're going to jump in, Libra. We have a lover. In the upright, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation for someone or something. This is a relationship, and not necessarily like intimate, like boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, but like it could be a friendship, a coworkership. I feel like you are connecting with someone. It almost feels like technically someone that maybe you wouldn't choose for yourself. Um, it's like a healthy, happy connection, I feel like. And then we are all mad here. Everyone is a little different. So whoever this person is a little bit different than what you would like, or a little bit different than what you would look for in whatever this is, a friendship, a coworkership, friendship, or a relationship. It definitely is one of those things where I feel like it's more based on your happiness. It's more based on connection and less about physical attraction, more about communication. And it's like your Libra, it's interesting. It's like you're experiencing connection a different way than how you usually would. It feels to me like there's a little bit back and forth about like I'm used to dating or being friends with this type of person, or I'll have this type of type. It's like you're walking away from that and being like honest about what you need, instead of what you want. So I'm going to pull out all the cards and then we're going to talk about the energy and then we'll go into the tarot, okay? So we have Ascendant Masters as the first card. Okay. Medicine Woman, Medicine Man. Cornucopia. Spirit of Fire. Angel of Love. And Lake, Stillness. There's definitely a love relationship in here. There's definitely a connection. Like love, like connection, friendship. Love doesn't always have to be about sex, I guess. Okay. I've said this for everyone, I feel like everyone's reading. There's a big shift and there's a big transformation in spirituality as a collective, how you view situations and people in your life, and what you truly need, and being authentic to yourself. It's like what heals you, what inspires you, what makes you feel abundant, what makes you feel nurtured is more of the energy that I see. And because of that, I feel like you're going on a the first word that comes to my mind is tirade. But it's like you're going on this mission to not only find and seek those things out, but to connect with them, and insert them into your life and make changes and do things differently. It's very much you wanting to do better, to feel better, to have better. Okay. Sorry. Fix this light. Okay. It's very much a fairness. You have a fairness about your energy, Libra, and it's also leaving yourself open. You're leaving yourself open to see all sides of things before you cut things off or make excuses why you can't or why you should. So, it's like you're very adventurous in January, very open to new things. I feel like being more connected to your spirituality has shown you the duality of life and the duality of things that you can choose. And, you know, there might be something out there that makes you feel good or is better for you than you know about or that you know exists. So I see you just being full of hope. I see someone dating as well or opening up. This is very specific, but I see someone getting back into dating sites, but doing it differently. So you're not looking for like who is the most attractive or who is the fittest or who is whatever. It's just, you're like, maybe you didn't read descriptions. You just looked at pictures and now you're reading descriptions. You know, there's something different here. And there's a feeling of you also taking your time. You're not jumping into anything. It's like you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. You're not dating around per se or playing the field, but it's like you're focused on one person, but you're not like looking at them and sizing them up for marriage right away, you know, or something like that. It's like you're just having fun, getting to know someone, seeing if you mesh, but actually giving it time. It's a very open, sort of listening energy. Okay. Actually, I'll leave this here. I did this yesterday. Okay. All right, Libra. Let's see what we have for you in January. Okay, we're starting off with the Six of Cups, Ten of Wands, Six of Coins, Nine of Wands, Knight of Cups, Four of Coins, Ten of Swords, Three of Swords, and King of Cups. Yeah, see, very emotionally open with the Knight of Cups in the middle. Very emotionally open and looking for love, looking for happiness, looking for things that you enjoy. You may also be starting new hobbies. And this is very interesting because you're following your heart. Regardless of what looks good, regardless of what other people say, it's like, what makes me happy? What looks good to me? You know, if you're one to be like, oh, I'm going to focus on like always having the newest car or something, you know, it's like, okay, I just need a car that I love instead of something that's more reliable, I guess. I don't know. But I feel like it's not as focused on material things as much as it's about building this, not perfect, but I feel like content world around you. You know, it's like so you can be happy. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like, let's say you get a new apartment and you're like, I can get throw pillows because I need them to like lay my head on. I don't care what they look like. Or I can get these elaborate, like cute pillows that are shaped like my favorite anime characters or something, you know? I feel like there's the difference between those two things. Like you can get something that's practical or live a life that's practical, or you can gear towards living a life that you love. And I feel like this is more of geared towards living a life that you love, that is authentic to you, that feels comfortable to you. Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of a look back for you, Libra, on what was important to you in the past and what you have been chasing. I feel this, like what you've been chasing or what you were looking for in the previous year. Um, and it's interesting because I feel like it turns out that you start leaving a lot of those things behind. You're like, I'm chasing these things because I thought that I would love them or I thought that they would sustain me. But technically, do these things make me happy? You know, has this search or has attaining these things made me happier, made me feel fulfilled? So I see a lot of that, and more of you looking for things that make you feel fulfilled or going towards things that make you feel more fulfilled. And a lot of this has to do with you feeling burdened by the responsibilities of holding on to the past or holding on to what didn't work. It is influenced by not being happy in love or in the pursuit of happiness. Okay. January, you're definitely giving more energy to the things that you love because you're like, if I gear towards those things, then, they make me happy. They fulfill me. So I'm going to be happy and I'm going to be fulfilled. So I see you doing that. I see you also giving a lot of your energy to people, being more friendly, more talkative, connecting with people more than you were. For some of you, I see you connecting with someone from the past, but this doesn't feel like a relationship. This feels like a friendship or maybe a family member. And it feels like both of you have been like busy with life, just doing life stuff. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to reach out to that person, see what's going on. I see you going on a few, I'm going to say dates because I call my hang out with friends dates. It's just a thing I do, but hangouts. I see you going on a lot of hangouts or doing a few hangouts to connect with people. Because it's like you can say, oh, you never called me, but you didn't call them either. It's one of those things. I see you making a promise to yourself to stop worrying about things that you can't change as well, Libra. Okay. There's been a lot of worry or a lot of it all has to do with or focus on the past. There's a lot of emphasis on you in the past being like, I'm going to do this or this is going to make me happy, but not really like making an effort towards it. And it's interesting because it doesn't say anything about you as a person why you didn't do it. It just says that your priorities have changed. The things that you want have changed, and nothing's the matter with that at all. You're just adjusting as you grow. You're adjusting as you gain more wisdom. So that is exactly what that is. You're like, okay, something wasn't working or something doesn't make me happy. So logically, I need to move in an area that does. So I see you searching and looking for those things, looking for the right kind of connection, looking for the right kind of happiness, looking for the right kind of material living, the right kind of people around you like that. I see you finding love. Interesting. And this is, I'm going to tell you this. We're going to talk about this, Libra. I see you finding love with someone who has a very grounded idea of what love is. Not in a very earthy way like your Tauruses, Virgos, or Capricorns, but it's like they understand emotion, right? They're not searching as much as they're not searching to complete themselves as much as they're looking for a person that shares the same kind of love. It's like they want to live hand in hand, but also they know what it is that they're looking for. Like you can't change this person's mind. You know, if they say, I want the type of love that that involves a lot of communication, that's what they're looking for. If you're not communicating correctly, that is like a red flag to them. Okay. So I do feel like you'll find someone that you're attracted to like this, but I feel like you're not as emotionally wise as this person is that you're looking for. But I do feel like they can teach you a lot as well. And I do feel like they like you, like Libra has potential, you know, like that type of energy. But you're going to have to leave some things behind about what you believe in love to be with this person. And that's okay, because I see you being willing to do it. You may be a little standoffish at first just because you're falling back into old habits of like, this is what I want, blah, 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 you know. But I see you moving on from that. It won't last long. Okay. I'm going to pull these cards out. I'll tell you what they are. So we have the moon, star, the devil, the Hierophant. Wow. All major arcanas. 4 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. This is the first wave. Okay. Yeah. It's like the last year feels kind of lost for you. Very interesting. It almost feels like you were just floating through life, just doing things, or telling yourself like holding on to like broken promises that you never got done and stuff like that. And moving forward, especially in January, you're like letting that go. It's like you're moving on from things you did not complete, because obviously in that whole year, if you did not complete it, it just isn't meant to be completed. You know, like if you never started it, it doesn't mean that much to you as you thought. So I feel like there's a lot of wisdom and there's a lot of just understanding that it's okay to change directions or change the focus. Nothing is the matter with that. Less stubbornness as well. You're less stubborn because you realize that being stubborn kind of squashed hope and faith. Because being a little pliable, being a little youthful, being a little carefree does open you up to new experiences. But I see you were being like that a lot due to relationships or a specific relationship. Like how you wanted your relationships to be. You're like, you know how you can be dating for a long time and you start making up these rules like this. Okay, this person taught me this rule. This person taught me this rule. So it's like now you have this like list of rules and things and they need to be refreshed. So you're lightening up a little bit to let in that new energy that's coming in. Yeah, you just want change. I see you just being open to change and open to change of structure, you know, like you can create a new structure. So it's like kind of wiping the slate clean, Libra, is what it feels like. I see you having the potential of getting a little bit tired, because yeah, it's going to be some hard work. And I see you being a little bit hesitant at one point because you're like, am I going to lose everything that I've worked for? When really I don't see you accumulating anything. It's just more of the thought of it. It's just more of the idea and less of like the actuality of it. Yeah. I also see you looking for a relationship or a marriage, or building a strong marriage, like for real this time, you know, not like, oh, I'll date around, but I'm looking for a husband or a wife. This is like, I'm looking for a husband or a wife, you know, I'm looking for my person, like very specifically feeling it in an intense way. Maybe making it a resolution or a goal, to be honest. That's the level of it. Yeah, and deciding to let go of the past and old structures that you built around relationships. Because from what I'm seeing here, it wasn't giving you what you needed, you know? And that's the main reason. It's not giving you what you want. It's not making you happy. You're letting it go. There's no point in keep holding on to something that doesn't work. Yeah, that's the thing. Letting go of the past, letting go of old structures and mindsets that you built around your life, and sort of letting yourself be open and following your heart more. It's like your heart will know where to take you. Be open to visiting people's houses, visiting old friends, visiting family members, visiting friends, work get-togethers. Be open to that. I almost feel like you need to start accepting to make the people around you comfortable with you being there. You know how you have one friend, which is usually me, that you're like, oh, Amber's not gonna come. Like she says she's thinking about it. She might come, she might not, But in this scenario, it's like, oh, that's Libra. Oh, they're coming. Don't worry. Definitely gonna come, So I feel like you're changing the structure of how people view you in a social setting. Okay? Like that would be helpful to you. It's like you're gonna meet someone or maybe find a hobby that you really love. Start a business or something. It could be anything. It's just something that fills your heart with joy. Some of you are stuck in a home situation, a living situation, a work situation that you don't really enjoy. This is more of a home or even a marriage that maybe doesn't make you happy. It feels like a lot of responsibility, a lot of work. It's almost like if you could take this away from your life, you would feel relieved, at least for a little while. I don't know about the long term because it's different for different people. If I was doing a private reading, I could scan on in on that. But it's different for different people. So there are some things that you do or will have to hold on to, Libra, that isn't all fun and games. And that's just a reminder that of duality. We talked about that before. Duality, the good, the bad, the fun, the boring. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to meet somebody, or there's somebody that you're going to really like or want to pursue or pursue you, to be honest. There's a lot of building that has to go on in this relationship. I see a lot of breaking down structures of what you thought love was, because you don't want to put that energy on this person, because they're their own person and their own individual and do things their own way, just like you do. So, and I also see you wanting to hold on to this person, and I see them wanting to hold on to you too. I feel like this could really work out, but I have a sense of emotional immaturity. Like that could be a problem between you two. Okay. Okay, I'll tell you the cards. Libra. Oh, there goes one. So Knight of Swords is the first one. The Star in reverse. Well, I'm not going to say that because I don't really read them that way. The Star. Six of Swords. the Tower, the Five of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, the Fool, Five of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Okay, let's start with work and money first. Work and money hasn't really been the best. It feels like you have fallen in a habit of, I just go to work to pay my bills. You may spend money doing extra things like having fun or collectibles, but you wish that you had more money, or you wish that you had a better job, something of that nature. It feels like you've lost a little bit of like your hope and your pizzazz. And it just becomes everyday 9 to 5 sort of grind for you. But I see all of that changing because you're sort of looking for you're looking for what you love and what you do so you can enjoy it. And it's about moving on. It's about moving forward, enjoying work, connecting with others, as I said before, connecting with others, being more open, being more communicative, seeing what other people like, seeing what other people don't like, that type of thing. Like, I just see you being more engaged in friendships and being more engaged in finding things that you love about what you do or where you are in life. So you're not upset and sad. You've been really hesitant about how you've been talking to people as well. It may be one person in particular, but I see you like holding things in, probably so someone else doesn't say anything crazy to you. You know, you might have someone in your life that just be off the rails, and you're like, I'm not gonna say or do these things to trigger this person, so I have to deal with it. But at the same time, you're not communicating how you feel, and you're not communicating what you want by doing that. And you're seeing that isn't working. That isn't working. That's not taking control of the emotional like turmoil. It's more like trying to suppress it or ignore it. And let's talk about relationships. Relationships in the past have not been that good. If you had a long time on and off type of thing, that is over. I don't know if you ended it or they ended it, but it feels like it had a lot of ambiguity to it. And you're like, I'm standing up for myself. I'm not dealing with this anymore. Or someone else has ghosted you, and you're like, okay, I'm going to take charge and just heal from this and move on from it. Because it's time. It feels like it's time, you know. You don't want to beat a dead horse. You don't want to go over the same things over and over again. It just doesn't feel, I would say it just doesn't feel useful, you know. You're learning your lesson after not learning your lesson in relationships. Yeah, I see you being more, I love this for you, Libra, because I see you being more open and more flirty, and I see you being more like optimistic and like, let's try new things. Let's do this. I've never experienced this. Let's try this. I see you being more open to those types of things because that's what's going to make you happy right now, especially through January. It's it's like you have this realization that your life actually has some structure. It could be better, but it actually has some structure. So you can kind of venture off and try new things or look in different areas to find what you like and what you don't like, because you have the opportunity to do that. Like you have the space to do that. Which is interesting because I feel like, especially when it comes to dating for someone in particular, I don't know why I'm getting this story. I always say that, but who knows? For someone in particular, I feel like your views on love and just kind of hopping here and there are really changing. I really feel like you're going to find somebody, okay? Somebody that really changes your viewpoint on love and connections so much that it makes you want to become a better person. Right? Not create a scenario where you look like a better person in their eyes, but actually do that. You're like, maybe I do these things that this person is talking about. Maybe I should try to do this. It's very interesting. So let's get into what Spirit has for you for January, Libra. Okay, we have meditate and contemplate. I love this. New moon in Pisces. So I see a lot of changes in your emotions and your emotional vocabulary. A lot of changes in how you view love and how you connect and how you allow yourself to be vulnerable, like open to things. And there's stillness in that. That's why this card is out here. There's stillness in that. Mice. Yeah, fox and letter. You're seeing what it doesn't work. Sometimes it just don't work. Sometimes it's just not helpful, you know. And that's where you are. You know, what has worked in the past does not work anymore, or you're noticing that it just doesn't work and you're stopping it, you know. You might have actually scattered yourself in a lot of different places as well, and you need to come back and get yourself centered. So that's why you're looking for things that you love and things that make you happy. It's like you're not just going to lie to yourself or the world anymore. There's a lot of authenticity in the energy for the new year. And it's interesting because you find what you need fairly quickly. I feel like I said this for you, Libra, last year. I did a reading for you. I feel like it might have been either November or December. That as soon as you make the change, as soon as you accept, as soon as you say, yes, I'm doing this thing that I've been holding off on, that things would change for you. Things would be different. And that's exactly what this is. Except for in this reading, I don't see a lot of contemplation. I see a lot of, well, this is what we're doing, you know. So I love you, Libra. Happy New Year. And I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye-bye.